Sunday night, the gang unites. Claire and Rogue shining bright. Mark and Raven cruising through. Sometimes Chris joins the crew. PooDoo crew, the Broax and flow. Going off the rails we go. Join the chat, be part of the show. Every Sunday night, let's go. PooDoo crew.
Yes, once again,
all about that song until now.
Well, that's the B-side, brother. That's we flipped the record.
Oh, I've heard the extended and the other versions.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the 12-inch right there.
That's a certified banger, I will say.
Thank
you.
As the kids say, that's
The Broaxium flow.
it slaps. It
Slap.
has
It's a bop.
Also, shout out to Chris Ryans for finding this, which is apparently my signature dance
Love
move.
that for
From
you.
now on,
I don't.
Forever. You'll be renewing your vows in 20 years to that dance.
That is very, very true.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting song.
That's the Claire Bear Shuffle.
Claire Bear
Claire Bear Shuffle. I love
It
it.
is
Hi. You said you were coming. You said you were coming.
The house is packed. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride
Yeah,
Hey.
let the flags fly. Love each other. Beautiful, beautiful. Free Palestine, all that. Now,
Palestine, all that.
Wow.
yeah.
Also,
it all came out.
And rough rails, and here we go.
Here we go. It's 1:45 in.
yes. Can we start with that?
Yeah, Lauren Romo is in the building.
Wait.
She's right there. She's right there. Real life. And
Hit me.
For reasons, man.
the reason is we are talking Last of Us season 2 finale and things that happened this
In
season.
total.
In total with Lauren Romo, resident Last of Us walking encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our trauma.
Our trauma encyclopedia.
Yeah. Me, Lauren, and Claire have a legit trauma bonding
That's what it's called. The TLOU2 trauma bonding chat.
message thing where we have to find gifts of these people doing happy things in real life so that we can communicate on a positive basis. Because
Yes.
the show Endgame wants to open up my heart and take a human hand and just
Kalima.
Exactly. That is cool.
Yeah.
listen to my eyes like this. And it goes,
Getting real close.
I'm
kids.
going to kill all your friends. If it doesn't work,
There's a song about that.
And then after we're dead. Yeah, before we get into that though, how are you, Lauren?
Musicals
I'm
wrote
doing
curriculum.
There you go.
You would pay millions of dollars to have to be the confused normal person inside of the musical who was not singing, but was trying to find where the exit is or where there are sandwiches. You know.
If I buy you a sandwich, will you be in a musical?
Oh yeah, I'll try my best to buy me a sandwich. I'll do a lot of
Watch
stuff.
out, DoorDash coming to your door, buddy. You're gonna have to sing us a tune.
I mean, your funeral, my taste buds. It's like Natasha Leone talking is me singing. So. But yeah, Last of Us sucks, but it's also great because it hurts so much inside. So yeah, pretty intense season. A lot of different stuff going on. I like a lot of the newer things. The whole Eugene thing, I think, with Gale is my highlight of this season for me. Catherine O'Hara is queen. And seeing that Joey Pants played Eugene is like...
So good.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Cool.
And he stole the entire episode.
Yes, he did.
Him.
We'll talk about
As he tends to do, right? Because that's just Joey Pants.
Yeah.
Joey Pants.
Joey Pants. Right, Mark.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
It's so good.
Incredible.
But it was really, really cool. Of course, we got what we got. Joel died. Second episode. I called season finale. I was way off.
No, I knew they weren't going to do that. I knew they weren't going to do that.
Seat on that guy. They were
We
like,
had
all
we
right.
had talks about that.
Well, at
What
least
they were
it
gonna
lasted
do.
it long. It wasn't like Game of Thrones. Oh, wait there, because that was the first episode that we lost. What's his name, right? And when Game of Thrones started,
Oh, Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. Was that the first episode?
No,
where he
It
died?
was it was the
Second
end
last-
of season 1.
Second to
I don't
last
know.
episode.
It shows you how long it's been since I've seen it. In my mind, I thought he died like right at the beginning. So
No, the whole season is him struggle busting, being the hand, being like, "What my best friend, an idiot."
yeah, I don't.
Being
I mean,
the
I should go
only
back and
good
watch it,
man
though.
in the room.
I really should go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Crushing it. Outside of anything Christopher Guest, yes, but
Yes.
she was
Mhm.
the annoyed therapist was great on her.
Yeah.
So
I
Lauren,
love her.
how do you let's start with you here. What are your takes on season 2 of HBO's The Last of Us?
I mean, we got what, like an hour?
Yeah, dude.
Sure.
Can we add some time on the clock? Shit.
Yeah, this might be a while.
We're adults.
That's fair.
You know?
That's fair. So yeah, I think overall, I'll say this for the show and what they are doing for the show adaptation.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's very good. The acting is.
Yeah.
I don't think you will find it'll be very hard to find another show, in my mind, that acting wise competes
Yeah.
right now. I think I will say Andor may be close, very close.
Yeah.
But-
It's and Severance is up there too.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't think Severance the acting is quite as good as this.
Right.
It's close.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
so much
close.
more drier though. Severance is drier in its
Yeah.
special way, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think overall the adaptation, again, I want to say adaptation of the game, because I think there's a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it maybe, but
Mhm.
the show, how they are doing it, I think they're doing it in a very good way.
Mhm.
I think it's captivating for fans that are not game players. I think they're doing a good job trying to keep you involved in the story, the story beats of the game and everything like that. I think they do a really wonderful job. Again, the acting is superb. What I will say is this: if you played the game, you obviously we're not going to go any farther than where we ended.
Sure.
Yeah.
But for the game, the one thing that I think I might have a small critique is maybe how they portrayed Ellie's kind of headspace, because I feel like in the game it was a little bit different, but it could be because of how events went down in the game as far as like flashbacks, where
Yeah.
they happened, and obviously there's a lot more action.
They combine some stuff too.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they combined a lot of things, right? They hit the major points for sure, and it was really good as far as how they're telling the story. But I feel like in the game, and maybe this is where, like for me, I have family that have never played the game and they're watching the show,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you guys have any experience like this too, but
I know some people. Yeah.
My
they-
husband
they
is
love
nothing.
they loved the first 2 episodes, like they loved it. They were
Mhm.
in it because there was action.
Yeah.
Right. After that, they kind of not fell off, but they had a hard time getting into the story. And I feel like that's where maybe they could have pulled different things, maybe have a little more action while they're in Seattle, maybe even make it a little bit longer. I know we only had 7 episodes because I feel like
Yeah.
they crammed a lot.
They crammed
I
a
think
lot in
that-
7 episodes.
And I think that maybe hindered them just a little bit. But again, they got some of the great moments of the game were in there when Ellie plays the guitar and sings
Oh.
to Dina.
hmm
My, lesbian heart was on fire. It was so
Yes.
good. So I feel like they hit some of those like moments for the gamers, right? And which was great. But again, I feel like some of the action was missing because when you're playing as Ellie, you are like you're in there, man.
You're in
like,
it, yeah.
and there's a lot, and there are a lot more infected too that you don't see. So again, some of that stuff, again, small critique, but it was great. What I will say, I think the show does really well is expanding upon, and you brought it up, Roke, like Eugene. A
Yeah.
very random kind of, not random, but very like just through the letters you read in the game, it's a character.
Yeah.
And they made it such a bigger thing in the game where it connected Joel and Ellie way more. Like that was Chef's Kiss really good.
Yeah.
Right? Like those moments were really, really good. I love the Isaac stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was my
found
favorite
that.
part of season 1 too. Is that is what made me absolutely be so devoted to this show. Was season 1 they took whole episodes to do that.
Yeah.
And it was perfect and it felt true to the world and it was great. I honestly wish we had a little more, but honestly the episodes
me too.
we didn't have enough episodes. We could have had more than that.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious though because you bring up a really good point, and Mark, I want to ask you about this because I know you started the season and you're not done and you're okay being here because, we're going to talk about it. So you did not play the game, right?
No, I did not. No,
Did you play
Just for clarification.
yeah.
Where did you fall off and why? Because I feel like you fell off at a lot of places where casual people in my life fell off.
Yeah.
Where did you fall off and why did it fall off?
I after Joel died, I just, for me, that
Yes.
was, and I'm fine with that happening because I know a lot of times we see that happen too, where they fridge women characters.
Yeah.
But not that that's what necessarily
Equality!
happened, right?
Fridge the man!
Right? So, yeah, it's not like, hey, look, it's your turn, dude. It's like,
But it's Pedro.
Right.
That's
Yeah, I think
that's the
just
thing.
that I didn't. It hurt me a lot to see that.
Yeah,
you know?
it was awful. It was
a
awful.
lot. It was very much why, even though I hadn't seen the show in forever, I was done completely with The Walking Dead after Glenn. I just it was too much for me, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't need this. I was like, I'm okay not watching the rest of this. So I was like,
Yeah.
that was enough, right? And I'm sure it was really great, and I feel bad because I feel I should be supportive of Bella and who else is left on the show, because I feel like heading into this season, all the crap online has been so negative
So
and
negative.
so horrible that really, I mean, I outside of the fans that are super into it, I feel like they really do need that support,
Yeah.
And so watching a show obviously gives them the numbers to keep it going, even though we'll be back and whatever and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it was just that I couldn't. I was just like, I'm done, dude. I
Yeah.
can't do this anymore. I was like,
And-
I mean,
You're so
we
not
talked
alone
about
on
it.
that.
No, you're
Yeah.
not.
And
And we've talked about it in our trauma bonding chat too. It's because we all talked about the moment in the game where Joel is killed, and we just sat there and we went. And I know personally, it was COVID. I was living alone. I was like, yes, The Last of Us is gonna wreck and help my mental health as I live alone during the pandemic. Well, not quite. It wasn't quite pandemic time. It was almost pandemic time.
yeah.
But I was like, yeah, this is going to be great. And then it happened, and I
was
I
that
put
early in the
sunglasses
game,
on.
too.
It was that
crazy
early.
part, yeah.
And I put some oversized sunglasses on, and I went for like a 6-mile walk outside in the park.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to breathe the outside air and move my body, and I need to turn this game off. And I need time. But also I paid fucking $65, $70 for this fucking game, so I gotta go back into it.
Yeah.
Also, the first game is my everything. The first game is like my favorite movie of all time, even though it's not a movie. I'm like, no, I've got to do it, but I need time.
I remember getting to that part in the game and being very like anxious and like scared, and like I felt like I was in trouble because Joel died.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Yeah.
am I in trouble? Like what do I do?
Yeah.
But I had a feeling. I mean, the previews were telling us we're playing as Ellie. Like
Yes.
if you paid attention, you were paying attention. But they,
But for the show, we don't have that.
we don't have that. Again, me and Claire were talking about this, and Lauren is. I think the placement.
See, hey,
lot of
Gundam Wing
things.
Zang. That's why you play it right away, my friend.
That's why you remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Also, no, it leaked early. I know, but that's
It
why
did,
you
yeah.
stay. That's why I stay off the internet.
thing. That's
Yeah,
the whole
that's all
thing
no-
with the game too.
That's
Yeah,
all that- yeah.
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 So I was sitting here watching this, and I'm saying to myself, the act like Lawrence acting's great. I just
Yeah.
think the placement of certain things.
Mm.
Like, I think
Yeah, I agree.
the scene where Dina finds out Ellie was bit was handled way better in this show. Than
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think
Holy.
that's
Yep.
positive.
Yep.
Yes,
yep,
it was.
That's a
yep,
serious
yep,
positive.
yep.
I was actually afraid of that Dina would kill this person.
I was so nervous about it.
Wait, was that resolved in some way, or does that have a lot to do with what happened the rest of the season? Because I just remember.
So in the game,
Mhm.
so they introduced spores into this season, but spores were always a
Yes,
part
the
of the
spores
game.
were running in through the pipes that were coming into
Yeah.
the sanctuary. So yeah,
Spores were a part of the first game.
Yeah.
You wore a lot of gas masks in certain areas,
Yes.
and to hide Ellie's, truth about that she's immune. She would wear a mask, and they were in that subway area where it's very spore heavy, and Ellie's mask gets cracked. And Dina's going to take her mask off to put it on. She goes, no, you can't take that off. Then they escape, and she goes, I'm immune. It wasn't her getting bit
Yeah.
to save Dina from getting bit.
But so she didn't get any. I was afraid that getting bit a second time or like whatever again would cause her something to happen, right? So that's what I asked about. Okay, so she's
The
fine,
way-
period. So
They
okay.
also hinted at that too, like in the opening first episode, when she first sees the stalker, she gets bit again.
Yeah.
And how she
Yeah.
handles that is she cuts through the bite and sews it, as if
Yeah.
like, so she's probably been bit.
Make it look like a scar or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's also the tattoos. She gets the big sleeve to cover these
Oh,
bites.
God, I love
well,
this
she's
stuff.
covered in the sleep. Well, she
Which also, like,
also
holy bisexual moths.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
every bi girl you know except me has a moth tattoo, and she's got a whole moth sleeve, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
Also,
yeah.
them explaining that in the show was
and you
so
finally
cool.
seeing it. Yeah.
Oh, also
And-
having that with Catherine O'Hara, like, what is the oh yeah, the moth. The moth means metamorphosis, change, whatever. Like,
Right.
no, the moth is death
Yeah.
in your dream analysis. The moth means death.
And the way
Like-
that scared Joel too, like
So much.
God,
Yeah.
so good.
Also, Cat's real. That's also we
That was cool.
That was
let-
cool.
Saw Cat.
Those
That was cool.
flashbacks were great.
yeah, and
Yeah,
Cat
the whole
with the
episode
tattoo
was
makes
fantastic.
sense.
Yeah.
But again, I think a lot of the placement of certain flashbacks, and again, realizations. Abby telling Joel why she's there.
Yeah.
That was so
It's very
so
different, Mark.
Very
you don't
different.
you don't know
You know
Abby's-
nothing.
You don't know Abby's motive so halfway through the game.
I'm kind of mad about that as
A
well.
little bit.
Because I wish that the audience, I don't know, I feel like because it's so jarring when they kill Joel, I think that you have to give them a little tease of like, here's a motive of why somebody might want to kill Joel.
right.
But there's something so like there's a hook that gets you so good in the game
so
of
right
being
there.
like, why does she
Why?
know who Joel is?
Yeah.
And why is she hunting him down? That would like hook people more. I mean, it hooked me.
I mean, everything is moving so fast in that scene of the game,
Yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like these guys aren't dumb, the
And there's
game-
way more of them too. There's more than 5. there.
Yeah.
way more than 5. There's like fodder. It's just people there, just like okay,
Yeah.
but Tommy is involved in the game.
Yeah.
This
It's
time
not
was
Dina,
Dina
yeah.
instead,
And it sucks.
and
But we got that great. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off. But then we got that great Jackson Hole scene of the infected, which was not in the game.
No.
Which was holy shit.
which is also a
The
hint
Battle of Jackson Hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Battle of Jackson's Hole.
Battle of
Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month.
Jackson Hole. Because in the game, Joel's like, I don't know who you are. I fucked somebody
Yeah.
over, get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That
done
was-
a
That was
lot.
pretty cool. That was an incredible.
Right. But in the
But I
movie,
saw it.
in the show, like he knows it's coming.
Yeah, in the show he
Because-
knows as soon as he realizes. Yeah.
Well, he's afraid before that. Like when he talks to Catherine O'Hara, he's like, "Look, I'm not. Listen, I know what
Yeah.
I would do. I'd
Yep.
cross the country all day.
Yeah.
And he probably has nightmares from that.
Yeah.
But again, the acting wasn't the problem. It was
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
it's placement. It's Craig Mazin trying stuff, which is fine.
yeah.
A lot
Swings.
of- he's
Which-
swinging.
When he swings, he normally hits it out of the park.
Normally.
This is, I think, for my Craig Mazin content viewing experience, the first time that I feel like he's fouled a couple things off. He's made contact, but it hasn't been in play.
Yeah.
You know?
In the porch scene was the first time I was just like, well, the second time I was just like, okay, like I get it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the porch scene is supposed to be so much later. It's supposed to be because we didn't know until we did. And it's the last flashback you get in the game.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
have
that was-
to sit with that during the credits.
Yeah.
It's flashback and then credits.
I-
They're just
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
Here's my sneaky
sorry.
theory on that. I feel like we're gonna come back to it.
I have a question for you guys.
Think
Once
it's gonna be
the-
more?
Come back.
Sure.
I do.
maybe.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark. What do you got?
Question for you all. Was there a DLC scene included in this season like there was last season that was pretty cool as well? 'Cause remember-
No.
No, there
DLC
wasn't.
for Last of Us
Oh,
two.
No
that would've been
DLC.
Cool to have
The
that
only-
again.
Yeah, the only last-
I appreciated that. For me,
Mhm.
that's the
I
type of
loved
deep
that.
dive that I love. Like
Mhm.
anybody who's loved a video game and has a DLC, like
Yeah.
That they
game
fucking
really
love,
into,
dude.
right? Or like they love that gets included into something like this.
Mhm.
Love something even more. So
Also, I'm looking at you, Netflix, The Witcher season, whatever. Blood and wine, hearts of stone. You better fucking do it. I need Gontaro Dim in my life, baby girl. Like, let's go. Sorry.
Claire, I'm so sorry.
You shut your butt. No, you shut your butt.
But yeah, I feel like that porch scene will come back. I
Yeah.
feel like
I don't
there's-
know because they already brought it back. They showed it at the beginning of the
So
season.
they did. Yes, they did. I
And-
feel like we never, again, for me, we don't get Joel's like kind of response to her.
Mhm.
So like, I just wonder if they're holding something or
Well,
adding something to
they
that.
asked if Pedro's in next season in flashbacks, and Mason and Druckmann said, "Never say never." So
Yeah, which also keep in mind we're talking about Neil Druckmann. So this man usually outwardly lies and says no. So if he says never say never, the answer is probably yes.
yeah,
You know,
Right.
this man will lie to you. Like, we're not making The Last of Us Part 2. We're not making The Last of Us Part 2. We're never going to make The Last of Us Part 2. Liar.
And the other thing I feel like from the game
beautiful
is
line.
that
man.
like the motives, like we obviously the motives of Ellie,
Mhm.
and I feel like how again I go back to how it's portrayed in the game because you are playing her. I think that's the thing.
It's different.
It's
It's
different.
a very different feel because like we were talking about, like in the game, you don't know who Abby is, you don't
You
know
don't.
what the deal is, and you are on the hunt, and you
You're
feel
the
that
first
rage,
person- yeah.
that anger, the revenge for her. You feel all of that,
Yes.
right? Like in this,
I want to murder every single
Yeah.
person that is involved. With, you feel that so deep because you don't
Yeah.
have the why.
and
Right.
then I feel like in the show, which and maybe in the game, eventually you maybe get to that point where like you see what she's doing as selfish.
Sure.
But I feel like they
Yes.
get there
Too
a lot
quick.
quicker than I would have like thought and liked.
Yeah.
So
I
I feel like
agree.
they portraying her in just a little bit of a not like totally out of character, but like just how they are, like you're saying, placement rope.
It's placed
Yeah.
a little out of character, like a little bit.
Right.
I wish they had filmed 2 seasons back to back and
Yes.
maybe given us like
yes.
a month or two because we already know that they've been reviewed at the time that this season came out, you know?
Right.
So, or like the first episode and like, yep, so we're renewed. I wish they'd done it back to back and had like a shorter time in between things. I know it's because you're running out of content. You need a third game to come out, which is totally not the project that Naughty Dog is working on.
Bruh.
Bleh.
Bruh. Come on.
Come on now.
Say it.
What are we doing?
Don't act like.
Yeah,
Come on now.
yeah.
You know how much
Yeah,
money
so
The Last of Us is making HBO? Don't act like you're not a dog. Don't act like you're not working on that.
Y'all not ready for
Don't act like it.
Bandicoot 6.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Jack
Jack and Daxter 4. Yes. Yes. No, because
dropping from the show, I have to say, I think we've said this before, about other games. There's something to be said about the fact that we live in a time where such great games are made that they are now adapted, like books were at one time, into series or a movie or whatever, right?
A24 did a Death Stranding movie.
That's a lot. That says a lot about the people and the creatives who put the time into.
And they're doing an Elden Ring movie for some fucking reason. I watched enough incest in Game of Thrones. Broke. Come on now. That game is just kill him, a little bit of convoluted backstory. I love you. I love you so much. No, but here's the thing though.
Right? And then Radican is also the same, right?
I listened to Coop throw a lot of lore in the chat that they would describe things and explain it, and I'm gonna be fucking honest, it's so convoluted and I don't understand it.
And then Lord, you got Godfrey. So Godfrey is the first Elden Lord, okay?
Yeah, sure he is. Yeah. No, but the thing is, like, here's the thing. When you play this game, when you play part 2, you have a moment playing as Ellie. You have that moment where you're doing things and you are so vindicated in your horrible fucking actions. And you are so vindicated. You're so mad and you're angry. And then the game shifts.
Yeah.
And you have this moment of like, I'm awful.
Yeah,
you have this moment like, I'm the worst person to ever fucking live. And
that's why
later down the line.
And it was later down the road, and I feel like they showed cards too early where that moment won't hit.
Can we talk about
it won't hit.
How good that Nora scene was?
Here, okay, can I?
That's a good change.
I want to speak on it because I loved it. I did. There's one thing I wish they would have had is that line that she says, it's something along the lines of, I can make it easier or I can make it so much worse. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's the one line I really wanted because that's my favorite freaking line from the game.
My favorite line was
did you get it? Okay, that's great. But yeah, that whole Nora thing, it was my favorite part. So to give
good change.
Her saying I know.
Change.
Her bending down to saying I know. Then
that was
a straight face saying where's Abby is.
Yeah.
Because one thing I love about you, Lauren, and your encyclopedic memory, is the fact that my memory, like my strongest memory of things, is emotional. And I don't often remember the exact sequence of events. Ask Croker how many times I text Croker, I'm like, wait, was this where this was? I don't think it was. And he's like, you're right. That's not where it was, baby girl. And I'm like, okay, great. I don't remember like the exact thing, but I'm just like, I remember feeling very strongly about this part. That's how my memory works better. But you know it all. Yeah. So I'm going to throw this out here. How did you feel about the placement of this being in this season in this spot? Because I don't think it was exactly like
the Nora stuff.
Yeah, I know it was, but it was different in a great way.
It was different in a great way, and I feel like there's a lot of things that happen getting to that point, right? Like you go through that little town, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And like you're on your own, and this is post like what Dina tells Ellie too. That's a whole thing. I stick a pin in that.
We'll get to there.
We'll get there.
And we got a good question from Rick in the chat, but please finish your thought, and then we'll get to Rick because goddamn.
Yeah, because there was like events that took place that how she gets to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Again, they kind of switched. Like we get it in a different way when Jesse comes, right?
Yes.
Because you do see Ellie go through a park, right? And that all happens, but during the day, and it's very different how that all goes down. And I think but she does end up in the hospital through that. So again, they it's similar, but they kind of like took liberties
with it.
Yeah, which is fine. I would have loved seeing. I mean, we kind of got it, but I would have loved seeing her more like sneaking into it and like going around people again, that's just me. That's just
Yeah.
like, again, more action, more tense. Instead of just like we see Nora, and then the next scene she found her, which is fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is fine.
you got to the pace of it. You got to keep going,
Yeah.
right? So,
But here's the thing too, like, sorry, is when in the game did we know Nora was pregnant?
Not Nora.
Early.
oh, you're talking.
Oh, not
Mel?
Nora. Mel. Not
Mel.
Mel.
So so that's again.
But the Nora shit's good too. No, the Nora shit's accurate.
I think
Right,
we
the Nora
found
shit was-
out when Ellie found out. and
Nora
then
shit's 1-to-1.
So
started,
no,
right?
so in the game, this is the thing. They throw it in early. So like in the game, when you play real quick as Abby in the very beginning,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Her and Owen have that conversation, and
Yeah.
he brings it up, right? And
Yeah.
that doesn't even get talked about. So I like what they're doing in that respect.
Yes.
Of like,
That was a great twist for
They're
the
holding
show,
it.
viewing
Yes.
people not knowing she was pregnant until that
yes,
moment,
yes.
and
'Cause even in
Ellie
the
not
game-
knowing.
Even in the game, that was like 8 hours of play before,
Yeah,
right? So like you completely forgot that she was.
yeah.
And then that moment happens, and I again in the game, it's still bad, like obviously, but
It's
like,
awful. Yeah, it's
it's
terrible.
way much worse in the show.
It's worse in the show. Yeah.
And I think even Joel's death is kind of way worse in the show than it
Yeah.
is in the
The
game.
way it ended, it was. Whew.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
I
yeah.
think for me, when I watched it, because I was expecting it so much, I was so on the first watch, I was so numb.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I watched it the first time and I went, I don't know if I felt this the way other people felt this.
Right.
Because I was just like bracing my look at every single PooDoo Crew episode leading up to the beginning of the season. I was like, The Last of Us, man. I'm gonna have to watch it with my eyes, every single episode. And then it happened, and I was like, probably shielding myself emotionally.
No.
On the rewatch, I got it though. I was like,
You were like, the question was why? Why?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
yeah. When we played, it was, why are we doing? Why?
And
We
that's
knew.
the moment.
Play as this person only for. Boom!
Yeah.
Like I'm playing as her, and then
And then,
Joel dead.
Joel dead.
And I think that the moment with Mel, I think that's the moment that they really show good in the show, and it matches the game where that's where Ellie even is like, what am I doing?
I've gone too far this time.
I've gone way too
Maybe.
far.
The
Yeah.
lines.
I
one
killed the
line-
pregnant lady.
Yeah.
The one line I was.
But
just
that was
like,
awful in the show.
yes. When
I
she
mean,
was-
very well executed. I hated it, but it was well executed.
Yeah. When she's like this, the whole point at the map thing, and so
Yeah.
where she is, and doesn't
That's
matter.
Joel.
She's of course. It like doesn't matter. She's going to kill us anyway. She goes, no, I'm not like her. I was like, no, you're here to kill them. Like
Yeah,
you're
you were.
specifically here to kill them. And I was just like, no, you got on a boat to get over here. That no one should be on a boat to get
You
over.
got on a boat. The boat capsized. You washed up on the shore with the Seraphites.
was
You fucked
different,
around
and
with
I
them
liked
for a
it.
minute.
I liked
I liked it, but I was also very jarred.
Yeah.
So
And then we decided to
We can
get
talk about
back
that.
on the boat and then go get them.
yeah,
No,
you're-
you were gonna kill
you're-
the baby
you're
girl.
here to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you were.
Because they were in that room. And I
So,
was like, no,
but like-
no, you're here to kill them.
And it's so upsetting. It was so upsetting too that she didn't even intentionally try to kill Mal.
No.
She got grazed with a
Right.
bullet and
Yeah.
got an artery hit. And then the coat opens and you see the big
And you
pregnant
see it,
belly.
you see it. Right.
And then you see, oh God. And then literally her doing, which also like,
Probably the
shout
greatest
out
addition.
ex-EMT over here.
Yeah.
Who I got trained to deliver babies. Never delivered one. That would have been fucking. Actually, that would have been awful because you do not want the EMT to deliver your baby. But like,
Don't do it, guys.
you don't. You want to be in your hospital. You do not want to be in transit when that baby's coming. But like, literally, I was just
wanna
like,
make
yep.
noise.
I'm like, I wasn't trained for any of that. You
No.
know, other people would be, but I was just like, she has She found medical books.
Mm-hmm.
She studied exactly where,
Whoa,
if
whoa.
things go wrong, where an incision needs to happen. She's bleeding out trying to explain it to somebody else as she's dying. And you're like, no.
Where's Dr. Spachemin when you need him?
Exactly!
Mark.
Well, again, Claire,
I love you, Mark.
we cannot mention. I'm not trying to mention characters we haven't seen or may not see, but she was
Sizzle.
the number one student of a certain character, so she already knew. She already had medical background.
And I like how they are
Already had a medical background.
and that's the thing with what they did in the show too. They put a lot of breadcrumbs in.
Yes.
So even if
She
you
saw
haven't played,
bandages.
if you haven't played the game, I think they really did set up to where things like where we're going.
Oh yeah.
They laid the groundwork, and I think where it to kind of what like where Mark and like a lot of people fell off right after episode 2. Again, a lot of my family like text me like, "What the fuck happened? Why?
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you making?"
I
me
had a
watch
lot
this?"
of people.
I'm
Yeah.
like, stick with it, and they did, and they had a hard time.
I did not have as much
But-
success as you did.
Right, but I think what the show became, and this isn't a bad thing, but it became a lot of I attribute to like kind of Game of Thrones, where it's like a lot of talking behind closed doors, and you really had to pay attention to what was being said,
Yes.
events that were happening, and you have to, and the puzzle pieces would start coming together.
Yeah, it
I
is
like
very
Lost.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Lost had a period where it was like that, where like it just kind of got weird, right?
Yeah.
It took a while to
Lost
find
Monster.
its footing again. So,
But hey,
yeah.
Mark, don't worry. This game has a better ending than Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By far.
They all don't go to church.
It teaches you a very
Yeah.
valuable lesson at the end of this game.
Yes.
But I will say, so Rick asked a question earlier. Can there be a separation between the game and the show? It sounds to me like game fans have a bigger issue with the show than those that haven't played the game, and should it matter?
That's
A
a
very
great
good
question.
question.
Really
Game
good
fans
question.
that are having a problem with the show, are a lot of the people who had the same problem with the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
100%.
a lot of it is just men hating women.
Yes.
But I
What that happened?
Especially
Right.
gay characters. Can
Right.
we?
Yeah,
but I've seen
it's
a lot of
truly
people
weird. It's crazy how that happens.
be frustrated with how Ellie is being handled
Mm-hmm.
in this. She doesn't seem to know a lot, which is very strange. Like
Yes.
Dina's way more equipped than Ellie this time around.
But I kind of like the
Um,
addition to that though too. Of
Yeah.
Dina's
Yeah.
character is way elevated. Jesse's character way elevated. I think in the show.
Yeah, Dina's like a power. Like she learned a lot from being around Joel.
And I think that they established that in the very first episode
Exactly.
because you can see that Dina is going and sitting at the table with Joel, being like,
Yeah.
teach me how to do the things. I
Also-
think that they kind of set that up for you.
The one
You know?
thing I liked that was super new, and I was like, wait a minute, is the Isaac stuff we got in Isaac's intentions with Abby. Now, I knew this was about to start to sizzle because
Mm-hmm.
the person talking to Isaac was mentioning names of people we know that we have not seen yet.
We've not seen him yet.
So breadcrumbs.
They said people's names.
Breadcrumbs, baby.
And I said,
Breadcrumb.
Did I fucking like Jamiroquai over like say that again? But the one thing Isaac wants Abby to lead.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's not in the no. It's Isaac's looking for Abby in the game because they went missing.
Yep.
These
Very
are Fireflies
exactly
who
different.
Very
joined the
different.
WLF.
Mhm.
These guys are fresh meat. We can't. Isaac already has trust issues. He was ex-Fedra, and wound up still just being Fedra in the end again.
Mm-hmm.
So him wanting to know where Abby. They also talk about the storm,
Mm-hmm.
in which because Ellie goes to Scar Island, which is supposed to be something they wanted to do in the game.
Yes, behind the scenes stuff.
Behind
Yeah.
the scenes stuff
Yep.
they want to do in the game. Because
Yeah.
in the game, Dina does not know what a Seraphite is.
No.
No,
She has never.
No.
She has never seen what
they,
she will
she
never
doesn't
see.
come across him.
Never does not come
No.
across him. Dina is very, 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 very sick by the time a lot of this shit goes
A
down.
lot of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, Rick is dropping these questions. The story structure is different between the two. If the narrative ultimately remains the same, do the narrative steps really matter in the delivery? My answer is I think yes.
I think yes, but we have
But-
to see how this show ends.
That's the thing, is that I'm waiting for the full delivery because we know this story is not over.
Well,
I think that if they add episodes like the Bill and Frank,
yes.
like the Eugene subplot, like other things like that, if they are able to add context that rounds out the story, it won't matter. It won't matter.
It won't matter.
I think it's
Here's
just
the
we're just
important
protective of it because of the emotion that that I personally felt in the game. It has not hit me the same way for part 2 but part 1 it hit me harder almost.
I feel like
It's
part
also a
1.
shorter game.
Yeah.
Yes. Part 1. I
Part
feel
1
like
is
the
It's
best.
very linear.
Yeah, I
Right,
feel like
we're
part
going
1
over
is narratively way easier to put in
100%.
storyline
Yeah.
in a show.
100%.
Yes.
It's so because there's action and that's what one thing I think again
And you follow
this
two
season
characters and you
missed.
follow
It
their
is
whole
reminiscent.
story.
It's
they
reminiscent.
missed they
And
missed
they're
a little-
together.
It's Lone Wolf and Cub. It's the
It's a
road.
giraffe.
It's a bunch of stuff. It's
Yeah.
a bunch of things.
It's the
older man
giraffe,
protect
yes.
young girl while going.
Everything's going down. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I
But
really think what the show does well is elevate, like I said, Dina's character specifically.
Yeah, and I loved
Like-
her already. That's my queen.
Isabella Marcet. Mwah.
Wah! Love her.
What a year!
Well, yeah. She's
What
not
a
even
fucking
done.
year. She's not
gonna
done.
be in Superman.
And
Like,
Peacemaker.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Well, here's what
she's so good.
yeah, she is.
the super important shit when it comes to like set design
Mhm.
and crucial things that happen in the game outside of Abby's motive being revealed early literally fucking happened. The
Yeah.
Nora shit
Yeah.
is word. Everything Nora said.
Oh, that was
Like everything
Yeah.
Nora said. I was screaming smash square when she was hitting her with the pipe.
Yeah.
Oh,
everything-
Did we start getting the revenge of her on the guy that killed what's his name, Joel? Yet, or is that still in play?
It's in play.
It's in play. Yes, it's in play.
So and also
It's in play.
the
We are
order is
hunting her
still-
down.
The order is still correct.
Order so
Yes.
The order,
Order
Mike
is
dies first, then then
Yeah.
Owen in like the order is still correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the order is correct on her revenge list.
But Rick,
You're right.
I love you,
You're
Rick.
totally right. You're totally
Here's
right.
the thing, though. The difference is we watched Revenge of the Sith before we read Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is like the book, the novelization is a fucking masterpiece. But
Yeah.
watching it is the Bible. And then reading it is the extra features. The problem is we already have our Bible set, and you're trying to fuck with the extra That's not a good metaphor, but you know what I mean,
I
right?
understand where you're coming from.
But you know
that's
what I
how
mean,
it was
right?
with like the original trilogy. It's like when I would
Yeah.
read the book after watching it, it was supplemental. I was like, "Ooh, this feels
Yeah,
really
it's
complex."
supplemental. It's not like the actual
Yeah.
text.
Put it this way, Mark. There's 4 major characters we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
Major characters.
Major.
Major characters we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
The one character we got super early because he's,
You know, the
it's Isaac because
It's Isaac. It's,
Yeah.
right.
It's Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, it's
Jeffrey freaking Wright.
He shows up. You put him in the season, thank you. We
Yeah.
tease who this man is.
So
Rick, you're right. It's ultimately the same story told two different ways. You're
Yes.
100% right.
Right.
Yes.
You're 100% right.
Yes.
And that's I try and it's hard. Again, I think this is the first time for me where I'm in a situation where I know what's coming. Like
Right.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Game of Thrones or any other kind of like IP that's gone.
Yeah, I didn't
like,
read any of that.
right from
Yeah.
book or whatever, like Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. I've never had this situation.
Yeah,
know, 'cause-
me too.
And I think Roke and Claire know this, but Last of Us Part 2 was the first Last of Us game I played. I never
Yeah, I knew
played.
that, yeah. She could
Part
do
one.
that.
Yes, and also I need you to also. I want to reiterate for the chat. You already know that's fucking wild.
That's wild as fuck.
I need you to
It's
know.
weird.
I need you to
Weird
know.
stuff.
Shit.
Yeah.
I sobbed over the E3 announcement that they were gonna make this a game. I literally sat there, and there's a video that I don't have access to anymore because the ex-boyfriend that filmed it is a shitty person that I don't talk to anymore. So I'm literally sitting there just going, just sobbing. My shirt is wet. I'm like wiping my nose like this. I'm like, you guys told me they weren't gonna do it. And like literally.
I lost my mind staring at the back of Ellie's head. She was up against a bar with a drink, and I was like,
No! Also, can we talk about the music too, though? Because
Oh,
"Stop
that's-
opening his fucking ankle in it."
also the song whose name I still don't know that was in the little teaser from E3 that announced that they were making a Last of Us Part 2. The I walk through the valley
Oh,
of the
yeah.
shadow of
and they
death.
play that. Oh my god.
Also,
And Ashley Johnson, the voice actress, singing the full version of the song on the out. Fuck
played
off.
the Eddie Vedder one too.
They did play the Eddie Vedder version too. And by the way, fuck off. Right into the sun.
Did Eddie Vedder, like, could you understand every word, or was it like
Not a,
protest?
not a.
It was very Eddie Vedder.
And I know. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we love you.
Well
Eddie
done.
Vedder.
We try. No, but here's the thing though. It's like it
Where do
is
I
the same
buy
story
tickets?
told two ways. And I need
Yeah.
the full picture in order to comment on it. And also I'm criticizing it. I am criticizing it, but at the same time, I really enjoyed this season.
Oh yeah.
Like here's the
yeah.
thing is that I'm literally sitting here and I'm splitting hairs
course,
because
of
I
course he's getting more
really
screen time.
loved this season. I loved it.
He already has more screen time.
Yeah.
Give Isaac all of the screen
Isaac-
time. I want to see every demented moment.
Isaac is like on screen a total of like maybe 35 minutes in that game.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. If
Yeah,
that.
maybe.
You hear him maybe a total of
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was
so
like, is that Jimmy right talking?
but yeah, Last of Us Part 2 was my first like introduction into this
Crazy.
IP.
Crazy.
And
Out of
I
control.
fell in love with it. Like I fell in love with Ellie and her like whole journey
Mhm.
that she goes through. And I'm like, God, okay. I finally got a PlayStation because of it, and I wanted
Yeah.
to play both games.
Yeah.
Like that's how my introduction went because I had a friend who was streaming Part 2 during COVID. So like support a friend, watching content,
Yeah.
and you get sucked in.
Yeah.
And then I started kind of like getting into it, like watching people's like reactions and stuff like that. It was
Watching them
crazy.
sob
Lose
their eyes out.
shit over Joel, yeah. And I didn't
Yeah.
have the context.
I don't.
But
I
I'm
don't,
like, but there's something, but it drew me because I'm like, okay, this means something.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if it's if people are this like emotional about something, it's
Yeah.
good. And that's like,
I-
okay, I'm in.
Can we just talk about how fucking good Ellie's birthday was?
Oh yeah.
The Ellie's birthday flash.
Bruh.
I'm whispering. I'm talking really low. Golf. The Ellie's birthday episode was also Pedro's rap day, by the way. Was
That's
Awful.
Dang, that's insane.
Why?
Insane.
Why would you
It's-
do that? You
Insane.
crazy people. It's
Um,
evil.
So there's flashbacks.
shot for
Yeah.
shot incredible.
It's so shot.
Yeah.
That is one of those moments that you don't change a second, and
Neil
it
Druckmann-
still hit me. I
right.
sobbed.
Neil Druckmann, when he rapped season 1, the first thing he showed to Greg from the second game is Ellie's birthday.
Because it's so
At the
good.
And he's like, we're shooting all of this.
Yeah.
That's
All
what
of
we do.
I wonder. Here's a question, and
Mhm.
Mark, maybe if they put in the flashbacks earlier, would that have changed people's minds? Like seeing Joel and just knowing that, okay, it's flashbacks, but little by little doing it
I
instead
think
of
that's
doing all
happening
whatever. Like,
now.
yeah,
I think people were like, "Holy shit, he came back for a thing," and they
Yeah, I know because when he came back, was it the episode right afterward? There was like a whole episode of flashbacks, correct? That's
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
heard, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Maybe spread out over the whole season probably would have been better for people
Sure.
in general to kind of be
Yeah.
easier with letting him go.
I feel like I feel
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
like again, for me, it was just too much seeing that where I was just
Yeah.
I just needed to step away.
yeah.
Well,
And
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
done, right? But I think for some people, I think that would be enough, right? It's like a comeback for little Joel and everything, right? You know, and it's done, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, it's interesting what they've done, and I get it. You know, people, the show, the game is what it is,
Mhm.
and Pedro's busy. He has a lot
Yeah.
going on. You know, I mean, because it's affected the Mandalorian. You know, you didn't get to see
Yeah.
his face at all last season. You know what I mean? And he's got all these projects he's working on. The dude is busy.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think like you guys are right though. At some point, there's going to be an episode where you do get to see him again, maybe as it all ends, to kind of say goodbye, and that's
Yeah.
it, right? Because people, I think that would be a cool reward for people to be like, okay, this was all worth it, not only just for the story that we got, but we get to say goodbye to the core characters, and that's it, right? It would be kind of weird to not have them come back in some capacity,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I will say,
Because they can do what they want to. It's different from the game, and in that sense, they can take those liberties and make it their own.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the other flashback that sticks with me is brand new, and it goes back to a young Joel and a young Tommy,
Oh, that was so good.
and the great Tony Dalton, Swordsmaster,
Mm.
and Hawkeye playing Joel and Tommy's dad.
Well, I can't remember his character's name in
I forgot his in
Better Call Saul.
Better Call
Was it
Saul,
Better
yeah.
Call Saul?
But
Yeah.
their dad was
Lalo.
their dad was law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
And Tommy got in trouble and Joel tried to cover for him, being the big brother shit.
He's like, don't beat up Tommy.
Don't beat
me
up
up.
beat me.
Dad.
You're not gonna. Yeah, he's like, you're not gonna
Don't
touch
beat
him.
Tom. Please
Right.
don't.
You're not
hurt
gonna
me.
hurt
And he's talking to Joel and being like, my dad what my ass do.
No.
And
I'm sorry. Yes, that's what he says.
I hope you don't grow up to regret something that I would.
And also, like, my dad was so much worse, and
Yeah.
I'm doing a marginal, tiny ass little bit
with tears
better.
in his eyes.
With
And
I
tears
hope
in his
you do
eyes,
better
hearing
than
his
me.
son.
Oh my god.
Yeah, literally hearing his son saying, don't hurt Tommy. Take it out on me.
Hit on me.
Do not hit Tommy. Hit me. Please, because I covered for him. I'm now in trouble too, right? Hit me. And to have his fucking dad be like realizing what monstrous shit he was doing
Yep.
and being like, my dad nearly put me in the hospital.
Yeah.
Put me in the inch of my
Nearly
life.
killed
And he did
Yeah.
such a
Yeah,
good job.
and I am doing the best that I can, and I'm doing better than what I was. Can you please do better than me? And I'm like, fuck you.
And he did such a good job, Mark. that
It was so good, and it hurt so
he's
much
in the next Naughty Dog game because of this opening.
because of how
Yeah.
good he played this
for the
fucking
5
scene.
minutes he was in.
he got casted.
5 minutes gave him a part in the new game.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure he's the villain of.
Yeah.
Good. He'll be great. I hate it. It's awesome. Wonderful.
I feel things.
It's fine.
I do like in the game though. Speaking like of the flashbacks, like I love that episode
Mhm.
because you get so much right, and it
A lot.
again the context too. It really does bring it back full circle. It really does, right? Like
Right.
in episode 2 when Ellie is talking to Jesse and she's like, me and Joel are working our shit out,
Mhm.
right? But we don't like as a viewer, we don't see that.
No.
Right.
Is she lying? Is she not? And that again, that flashback does a great job
Yeah.
of bringing it all.
Truth.
And they dumb down their brutality a little bit, which kind
Yep.
of like, because Ellie is like very determined.
Yes.
It cuts back to the Owen Mel thing.
Yeah.
In the game, Owen struggles with a gun and gets shot, right? In the show, he reaches for it and then Ellie shoots him.
She
Yeah.
stabs her, dude.
And Dean, Mel has a knife, and she's like, "Holy shit, you killed Owen!" Pretty much. And fight or flight tries to stab Abby, and then Abby, tackles her down, and puts the knife in her neck, and realizes she's leaning on something. Then opens up the coat and be like, "Holy shit,
Yeah, Mel's pregnant. Yeah.
Mel's pregnant!" Right?
Yeah, I killed the pregnant.
Because
She's
these
not great.
aren't good people.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie's here to kill everybody in that room,
Yeah.
and she realized that
They got wrapped up into shit.
they got racked up into shit.
Yeah.
Now on the show, Mel is trying to give her instructions on how to save the baby.
It's awful.
Because how Craig said it, he was like, of course she's been preparing for this moment. I could die any moment now, and I'm pregnant in the apocalypse. I gotta, with my dying breath, try to teach someone the best of my ability how to remove the placenta from my child. She goes, has the knife that we think he's going to stab him in the neck with, open up my stomach and remove the baby.
Get this baby out. I'm gonna die, but get this kid out.
And he's just like, and then she's just like realizing that like this is a mistake. I should not.
I've gone too far.
I've gone too far, and that was also a big thing in the game. And then
and the parallels,
the
because we have told you, all of you in the chat watching this season, we have told you that there are so many parallels between Ellie and Abby in a way that are going to hurt all of your feelings. And you need to remember that these are just people, and that the cycle of violence, somebody has to fucking break it.
And
somebody has to break this.
They added new parallels too.
They added new shit.
Like I was saying earlier, Mark, spores got introduced. So spores, everyone knows the spores exist now, and they have a pretty big infection problem in the basement of their.
Which I love how they did it.
So good. So it cuts to
awful.
One of the WLF members who's a mom, and her son went down there for a team to check it out. Realized there's spores. Recon. Realized check it out. Realized that there's spores, and she was like,
"Sorry." I'll mute myself.
Monsters kept going down to Claire's.
So, grave digger. So they realized there's spores down there, and she's like, "I got to come down there to get you." He was like, "No, you'll die too." It's a parent making a sacrifice for their child, in what Joe couldn't do. The
parent making the sacrifice of their child that Joel couldn't do. Yeah. It's so everything's a parallel.
Because the way Ellie finds out that Joel lied is she goes to Salt Lake City and
in the game,
sees her X-rays, shit like that. How she finds out in the game is through the Eugene situation, because Eugene gets bit.
Yeah, in the show with the
Joey Pants gets bit, and he's like, "Let me just see Gale before I go." And Joel's like, "You got bit, man!" And tells Ellie to go grab the horses or whatever, because he knows what he's going to do when she leaves. Yeah. He does what he does, and then he sees Gale, and then he lies, and he lies a very reminiscent way of how he's talking to her like how Ellie was talked to at the end of season 1.
He
goes, "You are lying to me," and he as Joel's lying to Gale about how Eugene goes, Ellie goes, "No, that's not how that happened. He's lying to you, and you swore."
Double middle fingers, not literally, but with her words, double middle fingers in the air.
And not you promised, as in promise me you'll take me to Gale. No, you swore.
You swore
that there was. And then we get the really, really good porch scene in which these fucking actors, Pedro Pascal acting with his face and eyes and not saying a word.
The water in the eyes for
answering questions for 20 minutes.
Watching this man cry for different reasons for 2 different reasons through this season.
Right.
For happy and sad reasons. Fuck that guy.
He couldn't
Fuck that guy.
even.
I hated it. It was awful.
She's asking everything.
He can't even say the words. And
he can't even say the words, and he's just
nodding.
He's just nodding and just this is so well fucking done.
Yeah.
And she says the line, I was supposed to die in that hospital.
Yeah.
My life would have
That was
meant
my
something.
purpose.
It would have meant something.
Right.
Because wasn't that in season 1 of the show?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe Marlene tells Ellie at some
Yeah.
point. Like, you have a bigger purpose.
You have a bigger
Yeah.
purpose.
And we see that in a flashback too of like she wrote that down. So it's like
Yeah.
that helps the audience. Again, it's like Game of Thrones. You got to pay attention to what is shown. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you see that, then that would connect to why she is saying this to Joel too.
Right.
You know, because I feel like in the game, you do go through a journey of finding out, right? Like you said, Rogue. Like she goes to the hospital, and in the game, I feel like she is way more curious of what happened. And
Yeah.
in the show, she is like I think she ponders on, is he
Yeah.
lying to me? Which
Right.
it makes sense in the show.
Yes,
Like
it
how it
does.
all goes down, and it's good. Like it's really
'Cause
really
yeah.
She immediately is sus in the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. yeah.
And,
Where that lie maybe festers over more time
Yeah.
in the
Right.
game.
And then for Joel to throw the line of what his dad told him again.
Mhm.
These jackasses bring a full fucking circle from the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode.
Full
And he's
circle.
like, if you ever
ever have a
have your own
kid.
kid, which we know, and we're going to get to Dina in a minute. I want to bring up Dina.
it.
He's like, I hope you do better than me.
Yeah.
And then we see she's not. She's struggling.
No.
Just like Joel.
Just like Joel.
Just like Joel.
Remember, Ellie's biggest fear is being alone.
Yeah.
That's her
Yep.
biggest fear in this world. Is
And
being
again, I feel like I wish that was
more prominent. Yeah.
yes.
And it's so hard to go from like Dina being pregnant and Ellie joking like, I'm gonna
gonna
be a
be a-
dad.
It wasn't a good read. It wasn't. I would have not put that in there long run.
So
Like,
yeah,
I'm like,
the whole
the game's just like, wait,
Dina-
what? Why did you tell me? Why
Yeah.
are we even here? Like,
the whole
I kind of like it though because she's
Yeah.
like she's
So-
making the joke of I'm gonna be a dad, and then she spends all of this time alone with Owen.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
not with Owen, with
with
Jesse.
Jesse. Thank you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Jesse.
The actual biological father of that child. She's like,
So
I'm gonna be a dad.
So
No,
this is-
the dad's here now, and he's pissed off that y'all ran off with his
I wanna
pregnant
keep
ex-girlfriend.
Young man Zeno is so good.
But
Blah.
the reveal of Dina being pregnant too, again, breadcrumbs in the earlier episodes
Yeah.
were dropped, right? And we find out that she's pregnant. In the game, it's a little bit different in the game.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like she knew earlier than what she did. So like
Yeah.
the reaction of how we find out in the show is very different, right? She just finds out like
On the trip.
Yeah.
hours before like
Yeah.
Ellie gets bit and
Yeah.
Dina, and it's so well played of how they do this in the theater. Like Dina is so sus, and Ellie's just like, all right, we got to barricade the door. We got to do this, and this. And then she sees Dina holding the gun at her, and she's like,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
are you
man.
doing? And,
That scene.
and then like,
Who the fuck is outside my house? I'm sorry, I'm gonna mute myself again.
Soon as it gets nice out, this happens, everybody.
and then I like
There's
in
a
the
whole
show,
motocross thing going on outside.
yeah. But I like in the show where Ellie's like realizes like, oh shit, yeah, I got bit. She saw it because in the moment she wasn't thinking that because she like saved the
Trying to
girl
save
she
her,
loved. And there was a line, and Claire, that you bring up about being alone, right? We're talking about how in the game
Mhm.
she does bring a line in. Now that I'm thinking about it, in that scene where she's like, I'm paraphrasing it, but she says like something to Dina like, "There's a lot of times where I don't want this to be true, but I will wake up the same person
No.
that you see." And I think about that line more often now. And I'm like, God damn it, that's so good.
Yeah.
And it's so like again revealing of who she is, in again that fear, right? So I that whole reveal, I liked it in the show because in the game Ellie's like super pissed.
She's very.
That-
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would be super pissed
Yeah.
too. You knew.
Yes,
I like it better in the show too. But if
Yeah.
you knew, pregnant lady, and you
Right,
came
in the
on this
game.
fucking murder trip
Right.
with me,
knowing that.
Excuse me.
Yeah. I like how they did in the show because it makes more sense.
Yes.
And then the reaction of them, and then them like having that sex scene was, I think, again, really, really good. That was again different in the game because in the
it
game
was
that
the
happened
Eugene spot,
way earlier,
way earlier.
way earlier. So I love that.
But I liked
It
it.
happens
I
during
love
like
it.
Joel's like almost death. They like almost miss it because
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I love that part of it, that change from the game to show. I liked it a lot better. Like with the Dina stuff.
Mhm.
And then the Jesse stuff, my God, it's so good.
It's good because it's he was hard to get to know.
I
because
hated it. It was great.
because you don't play as him. So
Yeah.
in a show, you could just switch narratives. You just put the camera on him.
Yep.
And this the reaction of him and Ellie, like him being upset at how reckless they've been in this entire trip.
Yeah.
And Ellie's guilt. She knows she's wrong. He knows he's right. And
Yeah.
and then a realization about how he voted against because they have this whole council.
Oh, that was so good.
The council, yeah, he voted against them
He's supposed
going.
to get him votes against them going because it is all about her.
He's
Yeah.
100% right.
And he's
like,
right.
only think about yourself.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about Jack. You're not thinking about our community.
Yeah.
That's not who we are. We're not people who go across
No.
country to get.
We
that's not
take
what we
care
do.
of each other above all other things.
She's like, if it was more of us, we would have had this people by now. It's like, yeah, but how many more of us would have been dead because of it? And,
Yeah.
It's
and him being like, I'm gonna do all these things as a dad. I'm gonna be a dad because, and I'm gonna make sure that oh no.
Yeah. And like how I love, again, he's not wrong when he tells Ellie, like, you put us here. We're in the middle of a war.
He's right.
Between the WLF and the Seraphites. Like, this is on
not
you.
our fight.
No, I have to get the child, like the woman that has my child, get the fuck out of here because of you. Like, this is all on you. Right? Then I loved it. The one thing one of my favorite parts of the game was when Jesse comes in.
Yeah.
In the show, it's good. I like how, again, the show version worked really, really well. The game version, again, I think because of the action and like what happens, I like that version too. Like, it's very different though, right? Because like in the game, that's when you go, like you're trying to sneak around with all the dogs and like you're in that little like town.
By the way, I hated that part.
Worst part.
I don't want to kill any of your dogs.
And I'm glad
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Thank you for leaving the dog killing out of it. I know that these are murder dogs trying to eat me alive.
Shimmer's alive too.
Shimmer is alive.
No
She's
animals
still
were killed. No animals were killed.
But in the game,
still
like,
don't like
Jesse saves Ellie because in the game she's solo because Dina, like you said, Roke earlier, she's in the theater the entire time.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like in the game how that all occurs in that action scene. Again, the action scene of them getting away where they were and like they're in the car, all the infected. Like it was really good. I was hoping they would do that in the game.
Yes, you did.
They're here to kill you. Too.
If you're a really good sneaker, maybe not. But who is?
No, with the dog,
you killed them and they yell out.
You were killing dogs. You were killing dogs. I hated it. It was awful.
The dog's name when you kill it. It's super cool.
Yeah.
But that's the adjective I would use to describe that.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, sure.
Super cool.
Yeah, I like how they gave Jesse's character a lot more depth because in the show it was just like again, it's very different because in the show he's following Dina and Ellie, whereas it's him and Tommy are trying to find them, right? Because in the game, it's kind of Ellie and Dina are going after Tommy, kind of like because he left earlier, right? Yeah. But I love how much, like you're saying, Claire, like the depth of the character as far as like his motives of wanting to be a dad and all that. Like that was never really.
It was mean.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you didn't really get that in the game, right? But it was like I like how they did in the show, though. I think they did his character justice in the show.
Yeah.
Overall, I really liked that what what they did with it. Obviously,
It sucked. It was great.
sad, sad is the ending, but yeah.
Yeah.
God, it was such a good. He was such a good character. He was.
Yeah.
He was
And
really, really good.
I love that actor too.
Yes.
Yeah,
he-
Young
did such a-
Manzino is awesome.
He did such a good job with
Yeah.
him too. And I'm like, I liked every moment that he was on screen. I'm like, I know what happens to you. I don't
Right,
like
right.
that I have to watch you.
Again,
I
my-
like you bastard. Damn it.
my family, when I talked to him after them watching the finale, my sister, she's like, and they killed him. They're like,
Yeah, dude.
hell. She's
Yeah.
like, this show sucks. I'm like,
Yeah.
stick with
That's
it,
how-
please.
that's how
Stick
people
with
feeling
it.
like,
It's good. I hate it, but it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
revenge sucks. Guys.
Remember Game of
Don't do it.
Thrones? Remember how we all were okay with watching the next season of Game of Thrones? Bring that energy.
Yeah, yeah.
Bring
exactly.
it. Bring it, please.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It just
Don't make
sucks.
it scarier.
Your
Yeah.
feelings are gonna be real hurt though.
I was, and I want to get your guys like how they ended the episode though.
It was great.
Ooh,
It was great.
ooh.
It was exactly first
Yep.
off. My
I
favorite
said
Abby
the
line,
words.
I lost my fucking mind.
I'm not gonna like.
I lost my goddamn mind. You know how much
Yeah.
I love that fucking line.
It's so good. I literally sat there, and this is how I was watching it. So I was laying on the couch. We have like an L-shaped couch, and I was in the corner of the L, and I had a blanket wrapped around me because I was feeling a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I'm laying up in the corner. I'm right up in the corner. My face is in the corner, and I go, and I'm like looking sad, and I'm like trying to angle my body away because things are making me feel things.
Yeah.
And Ethan's behind me, and then all of a sudden I go, and you wasted it. And I say it with her. I say the line with her. I let you live,
Yeah.
and you. She said the first part,
Yeah.
and then I was like, and you wasted it. And Ethan's like,
I was like,
you fucking nerd. He's like, oh, she said the first half of the line, and I was like, and you wasted it.
I was excited like when Arya killed the Ice King. Like that's how excited I was like, yeah!
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. They're like, she said the thing. She said the line. Yeah.
I mean, I know in our chat we were very curious how they were going to, do this. I mean, if they stayed true to the game, they did it.
They did it. It
And
was true.
I'm curious to see after people again get back into it because I feel like people will,
Yeah,
right? Because I feel like it's almost like the game
I
experience
get
where
it, though. You
people-
need time.
People had to stop, just like Mark, like you said, like too much. Like I gotta step back. Like I have to step back. But
Yeah.
then you eventually get, again, maybe you'll get around.
Give
to
it a shot in 6 months.
Right? Yeah, right. Give it some time.
Relax, calm down, maybe play the game.
Actually, yeah, play the game. The game's good.
Yes.
This game is very, very good.
The game's
I
really
I have been
fucking
playing
good,
games,
dude.
though. I'm about to start Indiana Jones, actually. So
I've heard that
Yeah.
too.
I need to play that.
Yeah.
But
But
I
I
was
was-
play it now that you guys own it. I promised, so I didn't touch it.
Are we doing a BX game? No, we're going back to
but
Metal
I
Gear.
promised we were gonna. I wasn't gonna play it until you PlayStation folk got it. Now we can.
I need
now I can
it.
play it.
Yeah, and I gotta go
Okay,
pick it up.
I was being nice.
You're very sweet.
Yay!
We love you very
Aw.
much.
But
That'll be
I really,
I'm excited to play it. Yeah.
yeah. But so yeah, I really like how they set everything up for the next season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
What a cliffhanger if you've not played the game.
Seattle day one again.
Seattle ending with Seattle day one
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
great.
is crazy.
Yep. Yepperinos.
And now it's like one of those things like, and now you get the other half of the story.
Soundgarden for the end
Oh,
credits.
that was such a good
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my
plays this
god,
song all the time. This is like,
that was such a good song, Joey.
Good
Watch
shit.
it.
Which song did they
Cartoon.
choose?
What is the name of
Chris,
it?
what song was it again?
What's the name of the song, Chris? It's so apropos. I feel
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the lyrics they use, like the
Yeah,
lyrics of
But I mean, at the
song.
same time, it's Chris Cornell and his voice.
it is
Yeah.
Chris Cornell.
That
Yeah, yeah.
voice. Oh,
Most underrated James Bond theme ever.
right?
Yeah.
Yo, I was
Yeah.
talking and
There he is.
and I forgot to add myself to the damn stage. Yeah, a burden in my hand is the name of the song.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Fucking amazing.
Chris was at all this. I was like, this is the Chris Wright Soundgarden song.
I'm saying it. And it's Seattle. I mean, you know,
Yeah, it is Seattle, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
that is awesome. I forgot. Yeah.
So yeah, I just hope that
Hope.
like my family, I'm like, stick with season 3, guys. I'm like, I promise. I promise. It's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be real good.
Not make a highlight reel for him before and say like, "Here, this is what you missed."
Yeah. And I feel like that's again, because of how like in depth the story is, right? Like there's so much in the conversations that happen between characters and things they like sprinkle in. It is like Game of Thrones, like I said. Like
I'm
I feel
looking
like
forward to one thing next season,
oh.
and that's Rat King.
No.
They set it up too. Like they set
No.
Definitely
they
set it
set that up so good too. Because
Oh, it's-
No.
when they talk
I don't
about
want
the
it.
wars
Just
and
skip it.
race
I don't
levels,
want.
it was
I
so
don't.
good.
I
Yeah.
need it.
No.
Or
I
did
need it.
you guys catch that one shot of the
I
hanging
did.
apples? Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Bruh.
did, Lauren.
The one shot that I pointed at, and I was like, when I
Yeah.
go to the aquarium, you see a bunch of bandages on
It
the table.
sucked, dude.
Because I think what they did really well is
Even on the
leave-
camera anymore.
No.
they
There's
do
so
leave,
much it's gonna hurt my feelings next
they
season,
do
dude.
leave a lot of questions still. Where I think
I know there's too many.
I'm pretty sure that one Seraphite lady is the face model too.
Oh, really?
I think so.
okay.
She looks just
That's
like
good.
it. So.
Yeah.
How you doing? Claire? You good?
I'm
they-
fine.
Good, all right.
They set it up. I feel like they set up very well what's gonna happen.
Yes, they did.
I feel like they did.
Those assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
Everyone's doing a great job.
It's great. No, and here's the thing. We've made a lot of critiques and a lot of tiny itty bitty little nitpicks of the show through this episode, but it was very good. It was a very good season, and it set it up so well for next season that is also gonna ruin your life. So please watch it. Keep watching. It's a very good story.
Oh, cry.
You might
You
might
go-
do what I just did and like dissolve into a ball of putty into the bottom of your chair.
You gonna cry in your hand.
You will.
I am
You will.
Curious.
Rain on your head.
when they. Well, I think it was Greg Mason that brought up the fact that he's like, he doesn't know if season 3 will be enough.
No,
To
they
tell
said
the
they're gonna
story.
do 4. Yeah,
Four,
they
yeah.
said they're gonna do season 4 now.
Okay, but where are they breaking it
Yeah.
up?
So again,
I think you can tell the second half in
How long
one
was the pause
season.
between the seasons, by the way? Was it like what, a year and a half at most?
I think it was a year.
Was
year
it-
and a half,
I-
year and a
So
half.
I hope that
Or
they
they-
keep it this way because I don't want it to be like Stranger Things, where like the
No,
kids
no.
are collecting
No,
Social
yeah.
Security by the time
Yeah.
they end. It's like
It's
no.
so true.
You know,
You're
the
right,
youngest
Samantha.
sister just
Yeah,
grabbed
yeah.
me in high
It's
school,
so
right?
true.
I
Dude.
wouldn't be
Tremendous
surprised. I
thing to
wouldn't be.
take on, right? And so
Yeah.
much goes into it, but so much time has passed since the last season. I'm like, and then they're extending it out until the end of the year. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I know.
guys.
New
I know.
New Year's Eve is the
Yeah, and
I-
and maybe, and you know what? And if that has something to do with the show, it'll be cool if that's the case, right? Like
Mhm.
it ends on a
Yeah.
New Year's Eve sort of thing, and there's something
Mhm.
that happens that interacts with like that whole thing.
probably
Yeah.
Because you
ball
really, at this
dropping.
point, need to make it super interesting. I don't care if you're a big fan or not. You really need to do something to reel people back in at this point because it has been a long.
think
You
ass
know
time.
you've lost
Well,
people and it's
Yeah,
going to
it
be a
has been
minute.
I
long
think the
ass
ball drops
time.
that night.
I'm doing a
Like,
rewatch. I'm
yeah,
gonna start a
yeah,
rewatch just to.
So
compare.
I mean,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's not me hating on the show because there's a part of me that wants to see how this all ends, but
Yeah.
I'm like, like it's been so
Well,
long.
I was
dude.
saying,
Yeah.
I think the ball's going to drop at like 1990 for this show.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
okay.
That would make
It goes
sense.
into so.
Yeah,
but-
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see what
Can't
happens.
wait for that
So,
show to come back.
yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting for that Frankenstein. So that's all
I
I'm
need
waiting
to see
Oh
that.
my
trailer.
God.
Yeah, I need to see that
wild.
That
trailer.
shit looks so dope.
That looks
It
really
looks
good.
so
Did you see
good,
who's in
man.
this fucking movie?
Everybody,
I was like, all right,
every human being.
I didn't even know he was making this.
all right,
I
dog.
had no idea. Like I was so
Dude.
surprised. I'm like, wait, he's
Yeah.
doing a Frankenstein?
Mm-hmm.
Del Toro's
It's gonna be
Yeah.
so good too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody looks miserable and cold. I can't wait.
I can't wait.
But no, Mark. As far as like when next season for The Last of Us, I feel like I would. It was reported somewhere where I think the actress Isabella Merced said
Yeah.
they are going to start probably like production early 2026,
Okay.
which
Okay.
makes sense for like
so
the
far
year and a
away.
half like
Damn.
gap. I
Well,
think
if they
that's
keep-
what happens.
If they keep it at 7 episodes, they can spend it. They can
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that it's working to its benefit that it's not this like long season, so that
Right.
they can put episodes out, right?
Yeah.
Because
Also-
I really think that because this is based on a game, you really kind of need to come back a little sooner than you would in in other shows.
100%.
You know,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
they need to keep the momentum going.
It's on YouTube.
Right. To answer Claire's question earlier about what they can extend a lot.
They could.
Because the
I mean, they
Rattler
could.
stuff is like
What is it? What is it?
the Rattlers we know nothing about.
We know nothing about the Rattlers, and
We
I'll
don't
be
see-
honest with you, I would like to keep it that way. No, you don't want to. You don't know them yet, and you
Yeah.
don't need anything. You don't need any more information
You're
about them that you're gonna
different
get.
They're like
No.
WLF, but like
Okay.
I hate them. It's
10 times worse.
It's like, hey, remember all the horrible shit you've watched? Yeah, these are on par, if not worse.
We have to.
I hate them.
We have to
I hate them so
find
much.
out why a certain person.
I ruined my bobby pin, guys.
We have to find out why certain people tried to escape and how they got punished because we only found them there, and so that's your extension.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Here's my pro tip: if you're in the Last of Us universe, get the fuck off of the West Coast, my guys. Those people are crazy. California, Washington, all of them are fucking crazy. Get out of there.
Man, can you
The
get off
whole
my
West
car?
Coast is fucked.
There's a lady on my
Are we
car.
talking about real life or?
Mark
It's
is
all
like,
fucked,
hi.
dude.
Yo, you
Last
think they
of Us.
could expand with this show, like the way that they, or the story, the way that they did with
There's
The
a
Walking
lot
Dead?
they could,
without
and I
doing,
don't
like
want them
7
to.
different shows.
Yeah,
But I mean,
exactly.
They could. That
like
I
in
guess.
Philly, it'd be all the snacks.
They could. I'd hate it.
All the snacks. Speaking of
Just because I'm kind of seeing a parallel. These people, the Rattlers, whoever they may be, whatever, right? I mean, is there like a Negan amongst them where we're gonna get a really fucking
Is there someone
Violent
like Commander
scene.
in this?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're gonna get a really violent scene, Mark. Don't worry, it's the worst.
Are they a snake-themed bad guy group?
Kind of.
Oh,
yeah.
Cobra.
you don't
Yeah, I
never
was about to
be
say,
nice.
is there a militia that goes up against them? Like,
The WLF.
Serpentor?
Dude, the fucking
Yeah,
Rattlers
they
are
can
terrible,
expand
dude.
on that though. Like that's the whole thing. Like Roke
I'm
was
sorry,
saying, they
but
can.
I'm just, I had questions.
How's it going?
I had questions, man. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Hey.
Thank you for reminding me of the Rattlers, which I've so happily repressed in my memory. So thank you for reminding me that that's coming. Ya asshole.
Pretty fucking bad. They're pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, they could. Like I
I
mean,
hate that part.
within the game, they could wrap up.
No,
They could, but no, I feel like they could expand.
I don't need. I didn't know.
It makes me so sad. That, like,
Why are they so bad?
this show has done really well, but I wish Why the Last Man would have had a
I'll tell you
chance
off
to
mic.
continue.
Right.
Why
We'll
the
tell
Last
you
Man
no
had a lot of
spoilers off
potential,
mic.
right?
Tell you off mic.
But it is what it is.
I hate
Yeah.
it. There's so much awful to come, but this
Yeah,
season was
buckle up.
very good. It was very good, and what is coming is honestly even better. Honestly,
Yeah.
I genuinely feel that way. The plot of The Last of Us Part 2 that has
Character
not been
growth
told.
Big ups
is gonna be amazing.
It's so satisfying and terrible and
big ups to set
wonderful.
design and
Yes.
these guys not shooting
1
on
to
a big screen.
1. Incredible.
That's been 1 to 1.
What I
You
tell,
can
it's 1 to
you
1.
can touch
It
it.
is
Yeah, it's
1
crazy.
to 1.
It's
insane.
ridiculous.
It's very, very fucking good.
Yeah.
They pulled off the movie theater. They pulled off the subway scene. They pulled off.
They were like, "Hey, let's throw money at
The
this."
newsroom. The fucking.
Oh, the newsroom. Oh
The
my god.
newsroom. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
killed it.
Practical sets or like volume sets or
Mostly,
They
a lot of
built
it's
them.
I
practical.
think-
A lot of it's practical.
okay.
There's some
Ellie's
special
birthday is
effects, of
practical
course.
effects, Of course.
Yeah, Ellie's birthday's practical effects, and by the way, I hate it. No, I loved it. It was perfect in every way. You'll cry. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
fine.
yeah. That's
You're gonna
probably
cry.
the big cry episode is.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
It's really,
Good.
really is. It's very
Shot
good.
for shot.
It's great. It's shot for shot
The one
too.
thing I wish they would have shown was the exhibit where the 5 wolves are attacking the bear.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
it like, oh, look at Abby's. It's foreshadowing of things. Like,
The 5 wolves, the WLF folks
Yeah.
attacking Joel.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking jerks.
I was like, messaging.
Ah. Yeah. This season, it was really good. And please, chat, do not think that we are shitting on this season.
No,
No,
this
we
Do
was
not.
so
It was
good.
wonderful.
I thought we were very polite.
I know. I
If
feel
you
like
just-
I think we're, like you said, Claire, splitting hairs on certain things. 'cause
yes,
The major
That's
events that needed to happen happened.
happened, and we're done well.
Parties that they did to get there were done
It's
so
a
well.
situation
Yeah.
where so many things are great
Yeah,
that it like the thing that like the sets, the costuming,
The music.
the music,
Yeah.
the acting.
Yeah.
It was the writing was just a little bit.
it was so.
It was a little shifted around a little bit. They just
Yeah,
they tried some stuff,
Yeah.
and this is a situation where the writing is at fault here, but not like in a crazy way.
yeah.
Like,
I
all
think the
people acted
problem-
the things they're supposed to act. but-
Yeah. I think the problem is the expectations that
Right.
were set up from season
But-
1.
Yes.
all of the best acting were shots from the game.
1-for-1 shots from the game. And the acting was elevated almost.
Yeah.
So
Or on par.
Yeah.
And the acting in the game's so good.
it's so good.
Yeah, the acting
So
in the game,
good.
These are motion captured people in jumpsuits.
top notch. Yeah, top notch.
That's what
Yeah, I
puts
feel
it
like
out there.
what season 2 does well, especially like if you haven't played the game, honestly, if you haven't played the game, you
Mhm.
go through the journey of if you have played the game, like literally the same emotions you
Yeah.
go through
You feel
watching
them
the show. And that's, I think, a testament to, again, how well they're telling the story because you
It was
still
a-
feel that way.
Yeah, it was a lot of
How, yeah, like how people got so mad about certain things. Like,
Right.
yeah, dude, I would be pissed too. Like,
I
get
was
it.
there in 2022,
Right.
my
it's
guys.
pretty much like
2019,
Beat
fall
Lauren
2019 was
Beat
that when it
Lauren
came
and
out?
Claire going, oh, they're doing this here. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great.
We were wondering in our chat.
Yeah.
That's what they were like. Is it going to happen now? Is it going to happen later?
Oh, we're doing it.
I think
this
that's
way.
genuinely so funny because, like, I talked to Ethan about it, who hadn't played the game, and I'd literally be watching episodes and I go,
I've been
like, before things would happen, because I'm like, I don't want to say something's gonna happen. He goes, well, I know something's gonna happen now. It's a place that I hate.
How
Yeah.
they told like the Abby stuff in
Mhm.
in this, I think again as a viewer, I think that helped understand it. Again, in the game, it's more emotional because you don't, but you
And
play.
you're pissed. You get
Right.
so
And-
fucking
And
mad.
this is
That's
because
the
you
big
are
question.
playing as Ellie, so like you do have that more emotional connection. Whereas the show, you're trying to get a whole bigger like, hey, you have Ellie, but you have Dina, you have Jesse,
Yeah.
you have Tommy. You're
Mhm.
putting it all like together. Where I think in the show they do a good job of balancing all that. In my
Yeah.
opinion, I think they did a really
Yeah.
good job of setting it up
Yeah.
to where you're still pissed.
Yeah.
You might
I just
understand
think,
it, but you're still pissed. Like
I just think
still,
that the emotional whiplash is stronger in the game than it's going to be in this.
yeah,
100%.
But
yeah.
also, that's okay. I just
Yeah.
think that, like, that moment of realization for me was so, like,
Well, it's different because you're holding a controller, you're moving the character,
And you are killing
Right,
these people.
right.
you are killing these people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's different.
You drove the boat that got to the aquarium that killed Owen and Mel. Like you did.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
that. That's on you. And you
Yeah.
were vengefully driving that boat.
Yeah.
You had a long time to think about it. In the game, too.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
like,
And shouts out
murder
to
these
the
folks.
how they handled the Seraphites. They got the guy
again.
whistling to come back for the game.
yeah,
from the game.
dude.
They set that stuff up so good
Yeah,
too.
how they
like,
communicate with whistling is like, yo.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
And awful and like terrifying.
Yeah.
But like
and again,
so
I like how they
Nobody's great.
set up the fight between the Seraphites and the WLF. Like
Yeah, and how they
you
got
don't
caught.
really get that until later on, right?
In a
Where
different character.
now you get it, and now you're like, oh god, yeah.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I love again.
We're walking into a war zone, dude.
Mm-hmm.
again, yeah, and that's why that line hits harder in the show because he's like, yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
right? Because I love that again, early like episode 3 when they're like, oh yeah, it's probably like a small faction, like we can handle this, like Dina and Ellie, like
I'm just
we'll
like,
be in and out.
Psych.
dude.
It is in the Seahawks Stadium, my guy.
Yeah.
It
That's
is
their
a
headquarters.
colony of people.
They take
Living.
over the freaking football.
and wait till y'all see that shit.
No, it's so good.
They
You
are.
got a little taste, but it's very cool.
They're doing all right.
Yeah.
You think Jackson's good?
No.
like
These people are.
Nah,
on a
son.
whole nother level.
Nah, son.
Whole
No.
nother level, man.
You got, it's not even cold over here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Crazy.
Enjoy your pea coat.
Uh-huh.
Right? Tech tops, arm sweat.
Oh my god.
It's so
Everybody
good.
funky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody funky.
What snacks do you think they would have?
Let me tell you something.
The worst snacks.
Oh, we're doing snacks now?
Let me tell you something.
Segway.
I'll be frying some chips. Don't say chips too loud. You don't want Christopher Swift to explode.
I know. I
Oh
still
yeah, by
get-
the way, Mark, Christopher Swift doesn't like potato chips.
does not like any potato chips. Not a single potato chip.
You will lose
Fucking
sleep.
weird.
You
Man
will lose
has
sleep
bad
over this.
taste.
Yeah. So sweet dreams.
Yeah.
We'll be distracted for a week over this shit.
Like not a single any kind of potato chip.
Not
Not
one.
one?
Not one potato and or chip. But I'd be frying my own potatoes hard
Yeah.
out here. You
Yeah.
know? Just like
It's a nectar of the
Nuts.
gods.
nectar of the gods. It's not anyone's fault that potatoes are incredible. And
They clearly got the cookware for it, as Isaac.
they
as Isaac
As Isaac really
Isaac does have the cookware.
he heated
Yeah.
that shit up and showed you
Yeah.
on
What a-
somebody's face. You know?
Oh, what a scene! That was such. Oh,
Jeffrey
wow.
Wright's so good.
I hated it.
So good.
It was
He's
awful.
so good at this acting thing. It's wild.
And then the gentleman that he was torturing.
Oh, also
God.
good. Hated it.
Hated it. It was so good.
You
Yeah.
were such a good actor. Are you all right?
You did great. Fuck you, guy. Everybody killed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Last of Us season 2 is great. Bummer greatness.
It was so good in the worst way.
Everybody
Emotional
hug.
damage.
Everybody hug people you love because
Yes.
and be thankful that we're not 40 years into apocalypse. So
Yeah, truly.
What year is it in this story?
It's different than the
20
games.
it's different than the game
Yeah.
because in the game it was 2013 when things went
Yeah.
down. And then it was
The
20
show
years
was
after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was 20 years after that, and then 5 years after 2. So it's like 26 years after
Yeah.
2013.
I already
So,
got lost in the numbers. I already,
hey man,
That's okay.
we got you, brother.
Yeah.
my man.
So in the original series,
my-
26 years after 2013.
Like, you know,
Oh man.
So
Okay.
20,
one
39.
AKB, one
2039.
AKB after Joel's death.
2039 in the games.
It's 2039.
Yeah,
God damn.
yeah.
Yeah,
Joel is
Derm.
he's 56 when he gets killed. So
Yeah.
Pedro was younger than Joel by 6 years
Yeah.
in real life. So, so yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
What a show.
His daughter Sarah would have been 38.
Yeah.
That died. Yeah, because she was 12 when she died. Yeah, so he'd have been a
Yeah.
granddad out here. Yeah, possibly.
Positive
And how
ring,
many more attacks are there from the mushroom peoples?
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Oh,
Right, 'cause I
every
mean,
day.
There was
Again,
that one.
I feel like
There was
I wish they would have showed that more too.
Yeah, a
Or-
little bit.
yeah.
You got the great scene in episode 2 with
With
the
stalkers.
attack.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because with
Right.
everything going on, I damn near forgot. Like, oh wait, there's
Yeah.
a mushroom zombie apocalypse. I got
See, that's again where I think the balance is probably hard to do. Like, okay,
Yeah.
how do we balance storytelling with the infected? You know,
Not a lot
like
of clickers clicking this season.
Yeah.
yeah,
click 'em.
yeah. Because in the game, clearly, you go into buildings, spores,
Oh, yeah.
like it's nuts.
It's spores. It's
yeah,
also video game, but it would have been nice to
right.
see
And
the spore stuff be used a little bit more outside of Nora coughing to death. But yeah,
This was so good.
for the show, though, it makes it
Right.
makes all sense, right? I mean,
Right.
you're telling the story, so like you have to
As-
take again. You have to cut stuff out, and
Right.
Yeah. And
As
you're
the
not
kids
like
say, chew
adding.
that.
Yeah, you're not adding
Oh.
story elements through mechanics like
Right.
you are in the games. You're
True-
like, you gotta
true
do
that,
this
dog.
because of the mechanics of this clicker.
Real.
right. You have to go
Variant.
to buildings to get like stuff.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
very
you're
different.
not doing that in the game or in
Yeah.
the show.
Real hip hop dog.
Real hip hop dog.
Oh, boyos.
Thank you. Bud.
I had to have a friend of mine, a friend of me and Rokes. I had to have a friend of me and Rokes spoil what happened at that very moment. Like when the shot went off, I'm like, I'm not waiting. I'm like, somebody tell me what happened. Like, nah, you
Oh
don't
my
need me like that.
god.
You never played the game then? Is that
I
correct?
watched
Like, tell
the
me.
first game.
Why?
I watched the first game, and then I watched I still haven't seen one snowball fight. I saw from the beginning of the second game, and then I stopped watching. I don't know why.
It ain't coming, brother.
You're not getting the snowball fight.
No more Windsor over here.
Yeah.
The age
we
of the
ain't going
snowball
with
fight
it.
is over.
It's just a fight.
I think it's funny because like when the first season came out, we were all screaming about winter.
Yeah.
But winter's over, baby, and it's still the worst.
It's the worst.
It's a lot of shit to come. It's awful.
Yeah. They set it up so good. I do. I really think they set it up
Yeah, they did a good
so
job.
well. Yeah, they did. I agree. 100% agree. 100% agree.
True that.
True dat.
True that. Yeah, I'm saying.
You know?
So snack time? Are we talking snack?
Yeah,
time?
what? Can you have a quick drop your bro snaxium of
Yeah.
the week?
What's your snack of the week? What are people jabbing on? I told mine earlier. I just
I could drop mine.
world famous
Irvin's.
spiced wafers for
You
your
can get those
mind.
online, right?
Think so.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
y'all need to stop fucking around and order them Jones because they are delicious.
They're good.
Yes.
To the internet I go.
Oh, look, Claire, let us know if we can order.
I will let you
A
know.
little bit of ice cream in them Jones. It's a wrap.
Let me
Tell
tell
him,
you
Michael.
about you will wake up one day. Don't worry about it.
One day you'll get out of that diabetic
Your
coma.
alarm clock, it's only your job. It's
Wake up, worth it.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Every necessity in the world passes you by.
Jeez.
Watching the
Irvin's,
sunset
okay.
from your couch.
Yo, it's
I should be out there.
You can get them on Amazon, guys.
do it.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, do it.
Jeff Bezos will hook you up with the Irvin's cookies.
I've been on a
Princess
Dots
of Philly, right?
pretzels kick lately.
Dude, those are good.
Yeah, I like those.
Those are so good. Those are really good.
Motherfucking dots.
Yeah.
Dude, tonight, my dinner, straight up, because we went to the movies today. We went to a 1:45 p.m. movie, which means we ruined our dinner,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, sure.
Because we had the large popcorn to share, because that's what you do at the movie. And then we saw Thunderbolts finally.
Nice.
Yeah, very good time. Very good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yes. So I had popcorn.
Director of Beef, by the way.
popcorn.
Yeah.
I can see that
Joel.
now that you say that,
Wow.
actually.
Woo.
And then for dinner, so we had frozen Trader Joe's buffalo chicken poppers.
I heard the frozen
You
aisle
throw-
of Trader Joe's is
So many
good.
words.
Just go there and just go like this as you take your little cart and take your arm and just go and put every frozen item in your fucking cart. It's buffalo chicken and it's like wonton wrappers and you put them in the air fryer for 5 fucking minutes and they're crispy on the outside and they're buffalo chicken on the inside and they're stupid. So go buy them.
Well, say buffalo chicken one more time with the hands.
I don't know what I did. Buffalo, is that what I did? Buffalo chicken on the inside, okay? Crispy on the outside, buffalo chicken on the inside.
No one rolls joints like Claire. The fucking doobie, brother.
Put that on the Bro Axiom intro. Get rid of this dance. Put whatever that was.
What a fool believe.
Can you tell I'm Italian from Chicago? Which part of that would have done that?
Italian.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I'm embarrassing. Get me off the internet.
Ravioli. Penne pasta.
Anyway, go buy it.
Go buy it.
Hashtag Bro Snaxium.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
My
It doesn't.
go-to at a movie theater is with Junior Mints. Chris will tell you. Chris loves squeezing Junior Mints.
I
Chris
did
loves
that once.
squeezing the life.
Well, don't show me incredible, backstories with Apollo Creed, and then
I won't destroy my food.
I won't destroy my food. It was one bar. One
bar.
One mint bar.
One mint bar. After that,
I feel like
Yeah.
popcorn, outside of popcorn, I got pretzel, little pretzel dip.
Yeah, with the cheese.
caramel popcorn is my go-to now.
I also like we got popcorn and we got peanut M&Ms, dude.
Ooh, it's a good combo.
That's
It
the
went.
Yes.
that is
It's a good
that's
combo.
the move right there.
That's what we got. It was so
Peanut
very good.
M&Ms is like
But then I had to share them. It was awful.
It's always a
get your way from me.
I needed my own bag of peanut M&Ms, so I made a mistake. It was
Wait a
good.
minute.
So, like at the movies, am I weird for mixing goobers with
No.
popcorn?
No, that's
Okay.
awesome.
No, because
Have you
it's
ever had-
like look, you can put caramel and popcorn and cheese and popcorn together. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why all those combinations are there.
You
Have
said
you ever
caramel
had-
How deep
and
Put all this
cheese?
together for me.
You said
Like
caramel
caramel,
and
cheese, and
cheese
caramel.
together on popcorn?
Yeah.
Wait, what are you, or is that a positive or a negative
I like caramel and cheese.
Yeah, dude. Right.
No, Chris, it's not on the same corns. You do the
Okay,
caramel
hands-
separately,
hands are going,
and then
hands are going.
no. But okay, fine. I can't explain anything without my hands. I'm a Chicago Italian, okay? So what we do is they make the cheddar popcorn, and then they make the fucking caramel They make the caramel popcorn, and then after they've made them separately, they mix them together.
Okay.
So it's not like it's cheese and caramel on the same corn. It's just they're in the bag together.
And see, I'm thinking like cheese, and caramel, and I'm disgusted.
No, like a cheddar
but
dusting.
the-
A cheddar
Yeah.
dusting.
It's amazing. For me, I love it when you get like the big tin of the popcorns and I grab one handful.
You know what
of
it's
one and one
called?
Together, and it just stuff them in my face.
Oh yeah.
But when you combine them, that's a Garrett's popcorn thing, which is a Chicago thing. And that is called the cheddar and the caramel popcorn is called the Chicago mix. Chicago, best
I
food
was-
town.
I
Fuck
was
off.
looking for that. and I
Fight me. Philly, get the fuck out of here, my guys.
Your town did not give birth to crimpets. Let me tell you that right now. We got
We're going to Ravinia,
I'm
Boys
like,
Town.
yeah, crimpets, tasty cakes. Can you spell it yet?
I've had Tasty
We're getting a
Cakes
mic
come out
man.
here. They're not native to Philly, my guy. Tasty
I'm
Cakes?
doing the running man.
I'm sorry, the Chicago Italian beef is superior to the cheesecake.
Flashbacks to
I
Old
The
Town
cheesecake, the
357.
cheesesteak is what I meant to say.
Oh, yeah. Fuck all that bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit.
Now you are vastly incorrect. You are out of line. You are out of line.
I am
My
correct.
My periwig is sideways.
Correct. I am correct.
I mean, I'm from the Midwest, so I had to go with Claire. I mean,
Thank you.
Sure, another wrong person.
Yeah, get out of here. You too.
Fantastic.
You know, you're all done. You're done.
Bam! Bam! Pennsylvania! Right there.
Puxatawny Roke over here.
he's over here.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, Chicago's what's up.
You haven't had a truffle cheesesteak?
You guys got hot dogs.
I've had a cheese whiz cheesesteak.
That's unfortunate. You went to the negative zone, and that's on you.
Wait, a cheese whiz cheesesteak? What's it called, Mike?
With whip is what I got it. With whip.
No,
With whip?
Whiz.
With whiz. Whatever the fuck it is.
It's whiz. It's
Whiz Riz.
That's
It's
just
just-
Whip. With whip would be so funny.
Claire walks up in her fucking Chicago fucking way. I'll take a with whip.
Cool whip.
Cool
On that
Whip.
cheesesteak.
Okay, I haven't been to Philadelphia in 10 years, my guys.
We'll work on it.
Yeah. It's been longer than that for me. Like I said, last time I was there was Pittsburgh, so
Well, get on the bus.
That's
dude.
not.
Get on the bus, dude.
Ain't no but a 6-hour drive from.
You know what I'm saying? Ha ha!
I've never been to Philly.
It's
I
not
do
a
wanna go.
6-hour
All
drive.
right, Lauren, come on, stop fucking around.
I smell a carpool. Let's go.
only if it's carpool karaoke. Because
There you go.
Yes.
on.
Lord and I will meet in Chicago and we'll carpool the rest of the way.
There you go.
All I hear is boop.
I refuse to meet you in somewhere more central, like, oh, I don't fucking know Indianapolis. Ain't no fucking way. I will not stop there. We're not stopping there.
Backing up a snack.
We know we're not.
We're backing up a snack.
We don't stop in the state of Indiana. We drive straight through. Thank you very much.
That's very accurate.
Damn.
If you know, you know.
Then you can have
You
yourself some Korean fried chicken lays. You can have
Hey.
yourself some bacon grilled cheese.
You know what I'm saying? And if the weather's right, get you a Rita's. You know what I'm
Somebody
saying?
brought up last week about the Funyun Lay's flavored.
Yes.
Yes.
That was
Bro,
me.
they are good.
That was me.
They are good.
I did that.
'Cause I love Funyuns.
Funyuns are good.
Taste buds.
Funyuns are so good.
Funyuns are underrated.
Tell
I
your
feel.
taste buds I said hello.
They're awful and wonderful. They're like, they resemble no
best way
actual
Find
food.
stuff out, man.
No.
You know?
Exactly how to describe them.
They don't resemble any actual normal, like, food from the earth, but they're magic.
You know what I'm saying?
Good, yeah.
Little Deborah's, dog. Let's go.
Little
Deborah's.
A ho-hos, bro. Some devil dogs. Let's go. Let's go, dude.
The Nutty Buddies.
What are we even talking about?
Nutty Bars, man.
What are we even talking about?
Nutty bars, yeah, those are good.
Those are the
Chicago
best, man.
roast beef. Your wet ass sandwich. Shut up. Now,
Hey, have you had one of our wet ass sandwiches
I
there,
did.
Michael Roker?
I did.
From
Inferior.
where?
I had it in Chicago when I went to Pitchfork.
From where? When you went to Pitchfork?
Yeah, I went to the Pitchfork Pitchfork Music Festival. Like
Okay, but like from where?
a roast beef place. I don't know. Whatever was there.
A roast beef place?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So, you know, you sound way too Philly right now when it comes to the cheesesteaks.
I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. There are superior roast beefs and there are sad
bet.
imitators,
I
my
bet.
guy.
And that's the same with cheesesteaks. You know,
There
I
are 2
didn't-
spots you don't go to. The rest.
And Claire went to one of them.
Oh
I
my
went to
God,
one you don't go
Claire.
to?
No. Claire went to Jim's. You're fine.
I went to Jim's.
Oh,
You're fine.
okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
is forgiven.
I had a real one
All is forgiven.
with
I
whiz.
swear to God, if you went to
You made
wit, just wit, Claire, wit. That's it. Wit. That's all you gotta say.
Alice with please.
I said
I'm
whiz.
sorry. That's right. Wit is onions. What am I saying?
I said
Yeah,
whiz.
Wit is onions. Yeah.
Wit.
Wit whiz.
Yeah,
Wit
no,
or
no,
wit
no,
out.
H. Stop saying the word correctly. You're weird.
Yeah.
It's wit.
Be a
W-I-T.
dumb Philadelphian. Work on it.
Eagles.
We can't
Eagles.
say water correctly.
Water.
Water.
You're welcome.
Warsh.
Wash.
Yes, exactly. That's how I learned about that when I was out there.
And you
Yeah.
use
Wash.
water to wash
Pop.
yourself.
Dude, my
Yeah.
nephew said that once, and I said, "You shut your fucking mouth. You're from Chicago originally."
Can you imagine you're trying to fucking tell somebody some fucking shit and then tell them to go wash their ass? I mean, it's like, how are you not gonna laugh?
For
It's
many
like-
years.
Did you say wash?
Worse shit.
No, I say wash.
Wash. Yeah.
Wash.
Wash
Yeah.
with water.
I'm a black Philadelphian. We don't sound like that.
Ew.
We sound like that. I'm quite all right. Thank you very much.
I'm quite all right.
Go wash that John.
Wash there.
Go wash that John.
Oh, I'll take John.
And John.
I said John 32 Johns today.
Hey.
I'm sorry, times. It's the same thing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I understand the idea of John, but the execution of John, it's a lot.
That's because people
like
who aren't
Smurfs.
from here say it wrong. You're listening
Yeah.
to actors say it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
and not people like me.
John with 2 syllables.
That John crazy.
John spooky.
You watch Last of Us? Yeah, that John crazy.
John, that
Did you play
John,
Last of Us? That
crazy.
John's pretty good. I was at the John
Mm-hmm.
when Joel fell off the horse. I was like, he fell off that John. See, Mark gets it.
Bro, you got the John for the John?
I got the John for the John.
Yeah.
No, once you put multiple Johns in there, I can't.
Yeah, you
John
lose
is-
me. You lose me after one.
You lose me. I need one John per sentence, max, please. Thank
The
you.
John of the John. John of the dead. No, just kidding.
It's the John of
John of the Dead is so good.
It's the John of Justice.
Oh my god.
Oh, boy. PM John.
Preempt John. It's a new John. It's a new day.
It's a new
John's
John.
still
It's a new day. It's a new life
Yeah.
for me.
That's still John out here.
He's a Martian Philly man.
You know?
Oh my god.
That's still John. You know?
From dusk till
Has
dawn.
been one of the longest episodes we have ever had together.
Favorite dish soap? John.
By the way,
John.
John.
John cleans all of the
You
duckies.
gotta say the duckies. You gotta
What
say
are they,
them,
the
John.
duckies? Crimson John is hilarious,
Crimson
though.
John is-
I need somebody to do a parody of Crimson John right now.
It's just
Oh,
me
there
and
you
Chris, it's just me and Chris eating Twizzlers. That's what hey,
Let's do it.
we're Crimson John. You got a shitter in here?
What up?
So if Prince was from Philly, his little motto would have been "May you live to see the Jean."
Yeah. And with that,
I'm dead. I'm deceased.
Claire, where can they find you?
No, I'm dead. They can't find me. I'm dead. They can't find me. They can find my ghost Tuesday nights on VX Gaming. The end of Uncharted will be happening, I think, this Tuesday.
Was that what you guys are drawing right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Claire is shooting and yelling, and it's pretty good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I get anxious and people start shooting at me, so I just,
I mean, my favorite experience is Claire here asking politely, like actually asking politely.
Brian Coop.
Every pride group.
Love you.
Could you please stop shooting at
Can
me
you
as
please stop
she
shooting at
blows
me?
that same person up with a fucking grenade? It's incredible.
Yeah,
Please
Yeah.
stop. Boom!
it's
and all the
fine.
parkour has been. Oh my god!
This man has the most grip strength and forearm strength of
Yeah.
any man on planet Earth.
Yeah, Drake's back is nuts.
I don't know. I
He is
feel
the
weird.
pull-up king.
Yeah, I need to
He
know
is
what's
the pull-up.
underneath that Henley. You know,
I'm talking break.
it's probably Arnold.
I'm talking triceps. Or
Yeah. Yeah, truly. You can catch me Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, finishing Uncharted and then moving on to our next game. You can catch me on the Imperial Senate podcast. You can catch me next month covering 2 different Star Wars comics for the Quick Shots of the Bro Axiom. Ooh, because guess who's coming back? Afro Baby! Oh my god!
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes! So you'll catch me covering Legacy of Vader Kylo Ren, and also, the Afra. And you'll catch me for the next year and a half crying over The Last of Us Part 2.
Hey!
And that's pretty much it.
Me.
It's fine.
Mark Perez.
You can find me here with you beautiful people, of course. You can find me online at I Am a Diablito and also on the Gotham Outsiders. And we just put out a new episode with Kaylin Bhatia from the Homo Superior podcast, an X-Men podcast, and we covered Batman Black Mirror, which was really good. It was
Oh.
good. Oh my! I had never read that book before, and I was just blown away.
If it's Scott Snyder writing a Batman, you read it.
Yeah, it was so damn good, and it was a great episode. We had such a great time, and I would give it a listen if you get a chance, please.
Oh, I gotta listen to that. Black Mirrors. I recommend that shit like every week. Lauren Romo, everybody. Put it together, everybody.
Where do we find you?
Yeah, where do we find you, Lauren?
You can find me on that beautiful blue sky at Loro Nose. That's
Friends.
Instagram. Yeah, you can find me there. You can find me on the GALactic podcast where me and my cousin do Star Wars all day, every day. And then you can also find me and my best friend Katie on the She Made Me Watch This podcast, where we watch movies that either one of us has not seen, the other has, and we talk about it. We dish about it. We just uploaded our newest episode where we watched My Fair Lady. That was my first time.
You never seen My Fair Lady?
Finally saw it. And then she had never seen Pretty in Pink. So it was a magical time, kids. Magical.
Yeah.
That is
Magical
fun.
time.
I would love to hear the My Fair Lady one. That would be a lot of fun.
It was really. This
I love me
was.
some Audrey Hepburn.
Oh God!
Even if it
I
was more
love
mixed
Audrey
singing,
Hepburn
it's
now.
okay. I still love me some Audrey
Yes,
Hepburn.
yes. It was that was my first time watching that, and then Katie's first time watching Pretty in Pink. It was
Love and love.
it was magical. It was really cool. So you can find all those on Apple Pod, Google Play, Spotify, all the major platform, kids. And again, thank you.
Of course.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. This was
Chris Ryan.
Literally, since this season premiered, we're like, what episode's Lauren coming on to talk about, though? Because for over a year, we have had this trauma bonding chat.
very
Since it was on BX Gaming, we're like, oh, we need to talk about this.
They're asking as we claw our face.
We're like,
when did Lard come on?
but perfect way to bookend the season. So
Wrap it
thank
up,
you for
baby.
coming on.
Oh well, thank you for
Yeah.
having me. I loved it. Love it. Love
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Yes.
Chris Ryans.
Chris Ryans.
Do you like toys? Do you like collectibles?
Yes.
Do you like comic books?
Yes.
Oh boy, let me tell you a place on the internet where you can get them. Oh, it's called Bro Axiom Outpost. This spot, let me tell all of you, shucks howdy, so many toys and figures of the action variety for your display cases, for your wall. If you put them on the wall, you know what I'm saying. So many. Where you going? Where you going?
All of them.
Yeah. All the things.
It's great. The prices are fantastic. You got discounts. You know,
You're gonna love it.
Look at the bottom of the screen right there, because you can get 10% off your first purchase with the using who the purchase with the
With this
using
John.
code
This is John.
PooDoo. There it is right there. I had to time it. I know what it was. Please
Awesome.
help me make a living. All right, thank you.
Please, y'all check out the Jean Axiom outpost.
Right. You can find me here every Sunday with these beautiful people. PooDoo Crew. Also,
I mean,
Tuesday nights.
That's what it is. You want things?
You like things? Bro, that's it.
You like things?
We have things.
We have
things.
things. We have things for you.
That's the new tagline.
We have things for you.
Put it on the shirt. Put it on the shirt.
Oh, what's going on there?
We have things.
We have things.
Oh, and you know what else is at the Pro Axiom Outpost? Pro Axiom t-shirts.
Hello.
All right, the first try for Biggs Gaming is about to go up there. We've got
First try?
so many cool
First try.
t-shirts. We've got hats on there now.
dude.
It's ridiculous, son.
I'll be wearing hats.
Yeah.
Merch,
my
baby.
Yes. Every Sunday night, PooDoo Crew. Tuesday nights, BX Gaming, Uncharted. Where is Steam rolling through this fucking game?
We're gonna have to make a little musical thing with the hand gestures and everything.
Oh, we're gonna-
Yeah.
Claire's
Buffalo
been,
chicken. Buffalo chicken.
Claire's been clipped like 23 times this episode. But yes, come by. Also, my birthday is next week.
Yeah, buddy.
If you want to get Roka a present for
39?
his birthday, let me tell you a place on the internet where you can get Roka a present for his birthday. Boy, let me tell you, and it's on to press the button.
We're gonna have Claire show you a mega Italian joint and send it to you. No, exactly.
You hear this?
Yeah, so
It's about this long, and we go.
Roke-like thing. So
Look like this.
yeah, wish me happy birthday.
We are unhinged. I'm sorry.
We love you guys so much. We will see you next week.
Exactly.
And may the force be with you.
Things.